Oh, hello, everybody. It's finally that time. I'm still trapped in this Malaysian prison. They're being very kind for letting me stream. By that, I mean they haven't found me yet. But this is where we're at. See the Timbits in the chat already from a certain special someone. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Me, guys, we're back. We are live from the Superdome, apart from yourself, who's stuck in Malaysia.
Yep.
Millions around the world turned us down here with everyone's favourite Kaioken cards. Really excited.
Sai here is first time coming in, and he's starting off with Black Broly, and we got Keith here, who's this is his third fight night from Biz Fighters, and he started off with Raditz, so this is where the blind pick comes in. Unfortunately, picking Raditz into a black deck, so he does have green cards in the deck, so that is something where these Broly decks, they use a lot of green cards, so it's not going to be completely horrible. But let's see how this goes, because I'm excited, especially Black Broly. I want to see that Z leader come out, that 30k double strike. They've been trying to give this leader a little bit of support here and there with tournament packs, and now this anniversary stuff. So I'm really excited to see it go off.
I mean, yeah, if we're looking at this deck list here, it's as you said, it's mainly black, little splashes of green. I think we've got one green-yellow card, but I think it's because of it's the Android Perfection Spray, Android 18 Perfection Spray. Mm-hmm. You can combo it for free if you've got less than 5 cards in your hand. So I'm imagining that he's playing it kind of quick and fast with the hand size. He's got some Supreme cards in there as well. On the flip side, the Raditz build, we're gonna get to see some really spicy stuff here. We've got SS3 Scramble
thank you so
with no
much
green energy,
for the fucking
but we've got
the
Nappa Golden Avenger Unison that can just play it, which I'm gassed to see.
Mm-hmm.
I do think we need to mention the ban list that we put in place here to make things a little bit more spicy. I know that we had, we're not doing an issue, but we had a spate where people were playing semi-meta decks and be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm going to play Gogeta Xeno when it's at full power. Like, okay.
Yeah, now we got Gogeta Xeno here, but we haven't heard from that deck in a long time. But yes, I will start the bets. I know you guys are looking for them. They're here. I got to set it up. But like I said, for these Timbits bets, it's for the entire set, not just one game. So whoever you think is going to be winning it, I'll leave it up for 5 minutes. And go nuts.
So, in terms of the gameplay there, I think we've had a discard from the Raditz Super Combo. We've also had a Broly 1-drop played on the Broly side. Both players are going to be playing kind of, hard and fast with their hand here, because we're going to see hands all over the place. But I think, if I'm being honest, it's going to come down to who sees their pieces quicker. If the Broly player can pop off and get sort of their pieces lined up properly with a really low hand size, they'll have no problem going into the Broly Secret Rare. And if that's the case, I'm not sure how strongly the Raditz player will be able to come back. But on the flip side, if the Raditz player pops off quite quickly and they get set up and they're drawing enough cards, they're discarded enough cards, then again the Broly player is going to struggle to get back as well, because the Broly player needs to have cards in hand to KO opponent's battle cards, whereas the Raditz player can just endlessly warp cards from hand, which is probably the swing
fun.
play.
Yeah. But yeah, already.
Go on.
I was gonna say, already right off the bat with the Vegeta Super Combo, just slapping it down to just start off the match with, you know, first turn having 6 cards going second isn't always fun, but having that, and it looks like we're starting a good old Broly chain here with that 5-drop, the 5-drop, oh god, the 5k, but there's the good old, the new Broly ring, Demonic Restraint. I still think it looks beautiful. I like what they did.
Absolutely gorgeous card. I love that they've only done 2 cards, I think, that work sideways. Oh no, you've got the Secret Res.
The Secret Res, that's true, yeah.
In terms of cards that you're going to keep out on board, like having that on your board for the whole game, it's like, this is just really pretty. I'm just going to keep this forever.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
I think somebody who's played Broly a lot, like that Vegeta super combo on turn 1 is actually a lot more powerful than it looks, because as you said, it puts you from 7 to 6, and then you're relying on the top deck. If you've mulliganed really well, you're like, oh, I need all 6 of these cards. Your opponent plays Vegeta, you're like, oh, right, well, now I need to draw the card rather than see it from a mulligan.
Oh, 100%. And
I think something that's really interesting, I've just noticed with Sai's Broly build, he's running the Lucifer Villainous Threat, but I don't think he's running any other villainous cards.
he's doing it for the villainous ship. Not even the... I thought I saw the Broly in there. The black villainous Broly.
Unless I'm going completely insane, I can't see it.
That's the one
don't
that
think it's
you
there.
can search your Broly cards that got bursted into the drop. Like, I think that's a super good card for this deck.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's really, really helpful for him to be able to filter that stuff out. And also, if it comes down to it, he can just tap 2 and play the super combo, which would be really, really cool. Let's go, Sai. Understood the assignment. Oh, this is classic Fight Night banter already, guys. Look at you both. It's currently 1:15 in the morning. You're both here playing League, watching Fight Night.
Playing League, oh god. Now that's a quest.
I've been invited several times. It's not my game, unfortunately.
Fair enough. You got saved from years of your life being taken off.
Yeah, I've heard oh so many things about the community in League, and I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it at that.
I was gonna say, people complain about the Dragon Ball community. The League community is much larger and it's more potent. But it looks like 7 people betting for Keith, huh? Okay. And only 1 for Sai. I'm saying, at least from the deck perspective, I'm digging Sai. I want to see that Goku Jr. I haven't seen Goku Jr. since the Hope of Universe 7 or whatever that green 8-drop got limited, so I'm excited.
I just love the fact that he's got the Distant Descendant. I've never seen that pop off, ever, and I'm really excited.
Not even when it came out. Everyone just like, yeah, Height of Mastery. I don't care about the secret rare. I'm just going to go into Height of Mastery and maybe have old Victory Strike.
Honestly, absolutely mental. Right, we've got... Ooh, Z battle cards. I've completely forgot to mention this. For the first time we find out, we've got Z decks. Woo!
I know. Yeah, this is
absolutely goated.
Turn of the century here. That's and I'm trying to think. We do there are a couple of, I think there's at least one brand new already at this point it's already getting old, but set 19 deck that I haven't seen being played, so I'm excited for that later on.
Yeah, I've looked through, as is tradition of deck lists, and there are some very, very spicy builds.
Oh yeah.
Particularly, some of the more creative members of the community are definitely playing today, so we're going to see some you'll look at deck lists and go, oh my god, this is amazing.
Yeah, there's one, all I'll say is it's going to be in the final match. And it's a deck that is close to my heart, and seeing that it be rebuilt in such a way, I'm very excited to see it. But
if it's the deck I'm thinking of, I was sent it, and I looked at it and went, "You're a genius."
Yeah, then that I think that's the deck. I think there was two lads working on that one.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's definitely.
We're talking about the same one then. Okay, that's all I'll say.
Okay, so, here we go. Raditz player, slapping that Golden Avenger down. Really bulky unison, this. +1, warps a card from hand. -2, KOs 2 opponent's battle cards with energy costs greater than or equal to their current energy. Then a -3 for 4 energy. You choose 1 red, green, multicolor Raditz with an original energy cost of 8 in your hand and play it. Now, I remember when this card dropped, and we were all absolutely gassed, thinking there was going to be some new multicolour Raditz support, and then we just realised they just wanted you to play Scramble a bit easier. Yep. So, next turn, looking like we're going to go for a Scramble here. There's not really an awful lot that the Broly player can do in response because the unison's on. He could swing with the Z leader, I guess. That'll put him down to 2. I think the aim of the game now is maybe keep this Napper at 2 or less markers, because having it at 4 or having it at 3 with the ability to play that secret rare, is going to make it difficult. Oh, there's the super. You Z charge, mate. You always Z charge your super.
Yeah.
But looking at Raditz is running a lot of hand chip, I'll say, whereas the Broly player, I think, is relying more on the leader skill to keep your hand low.
Yep.
There's not too much.
The nice
draw
thing, the nice
the
thing
Broly
about
leader.
that is that Broly Z card he has will help him get some hand back, like staying at a low hand in this matchup. Because I believe it's if he's 4 or less, he gets to draw. It's like those old school counter hand control cards, where it's just like if you're under this, then you can draw.
Like burst attack Gohan.
Yeah, there you
All
go.
reliable.
Yeah.
It's yeah, definitely. It's going to be interesting because I think the Broly player will have the choice to just warp a load of black cards, which will keep Raditz from doing anything. Again, so the Raditz player has 3 copies of Saiyan Instinct and 3 copies of Bardock the Eliminator, which means we're looking at 6. We're looking at 9 potential extra draws, which we can use intermittently. You can see here both players hilariously playing with the same colour sleeves.
Yep, that's... See, it was fate for them to face with these 2 decks.
Yeah.
That's why when I saw them, because for anybody who doesn't know, watching at home, they have to tell me which deck they're playing first before they reveal to each other. And then I saw Raditz, I'm like, what are the chances he's going to be playing the black deck first? And then literally I looked Black Bro, I'm like, okay, fair enough.
Counter picking. He's clearly sat in the. He's hacked the system. He's sat there, computer screen going, matrix code flying down.
Yeah.
He's going, oh no, I'm gonna do this. Oh, what we seeing here? Is this another copy of the Broly? It could be the Z leader.
I'm smelling Z leader here. Yeah, there it is.
Which means he now gets to play SS3 Broly Saiyan Berserker, which is the 7-drop with crit and barrier, ignoring its
summoning conditions. Yeah.
Yep.
And it looks like we got a 7-drop there too, so I think we're gonna get the whole shenanigans here.
Sorry, yeah, SS3 Broly's the 8-drop. My apologies.
There it is.
Reading. Which means we
Beautiful.
played a 7-drop. There it is.
And it looks like he's got less than 5 cards in hand, then he gets dual attack?
Yeah, I think it's 5 or less, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh no, 3 or less.
3 or less.
Mode. If it's
Okay.
4 or more, reveals hand and then discards one.
Which is still really good. And he's going to be filling
Yeah,
up his
it's got to
hand here if
got
that's a
that
swing at
battle.
leader. So that's what, 40 double right now?
Yeah.
It's a heavy hit.
That double, that crit swing from the Broly 7-drop is going to be mega because Raditz can't afford to take crit hits. Ironically, Raditz can't really afford to take hits because
just
it
to
just
be
doesn't
clear,
draw enough.
Taquito.
Lots of cards that can play themselves from the drop. Time Agent Vegeta, Time Agent Trunks, and then Supreme Kai of Time, Guardian of Space-Time.
Which you don't
And
think
having
about,
those cards in the
right?
draw.
You don't
Sorry?
even think about those cards because you're just like, yeah, Vegex, whatever, Gogeta, Xeno, and it's just like, no, Broly's a Black Saiyan. This, even though this isn't really like an Overwhelm deck or whatever, like, sure, you could burst and then play your Overwhelm stuff, obviously, but it's not like, it's never had a chance to really shine there, and now that those other decks have been hit, it's got this really cool Z leader. It's just like, oh, wait, that Burst 5 is really good.
Honestly, it's such a nice little bit of support. When they revealed the Z leader, I thought it was a battle card. I didn't read it properly. I was like, this is insane. A 2-drop 30k? It's absolutely mental. But then it goes away at the end of the turn, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, and you
So
can only do it on your
be-
turn as well, which is the nerf there, where they're just like, you know what, SS4 Gogeta, you know, the one that goes to 100k, that you could do on your opponent's turn and save your life for the turn. Usually you die after, unless you got, like, the Overwhelm Secret Rare, but this one, it's just like, nope, only your turn, gone at the end of the turn, no chance having 30k after, and there you go, there's the Burst 5, and he's got those 2 out on the board.
What an absolutely, brutally good burst that must have been. That must feel really good. And he also gets to see the entire hand as well, which is massive.
Yeah.
So he knows he's now got 2 copies of the Freezer. He knows he's got that Raditz. He knows he's got that Dormant. If he's going for game, which I think he will be, the Dormant there is absolutely crushing. Like, you see it, you don't have to worry about it because you're swinging for game anyway. Pitch the Dormant anyway. I think, the token block has come out.
Yeah.
So the token negates come out. He's a blocker, I guess. Swinging there with the Broly 8 drop. It's also the fact that these cards are like 30k and 35k swings. They are huge swings.
Yep, they are beefy.
So you have to, it forces the blocks. It forces all these other bits. And like Time Agent Trunks being able to self-awaken means he can get a few more cards in his hand because the Raditz player is really going to struggle here. He's overwhelmed into the Bardock, which means that he's going to get another swing on top. Draws 2, discards 1. And again,
20K.
like 20k straight swing, it's still really, really strong.
I think he just goes for game here.
Yeah, you have to. Like, and the Supreme Kai's a 10k combo.
Oh.
50k swing. That's it. That's game.
50k. Looks like game
Powerful.
2. That was holy. Okay, that's a quick one. I like that. That's what we like here.
See, if I'm being really honest, I really like ham and chicken pizzas, but I just don't have them very often.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I can't think the last time I had a chicken pizza besides like an oven, like Dr. Edgar or whatever the hell those are. Like those thin crust ones. They're not bad. Pineapple on pizza, thoughts? I'm down. I like pineapple on pizza.
Do you know what, Ro? It's okay to be wrong. Sometimes it's okay. I've heard. I wouldn't know, as I am never wrong, but I've heard it's okay to be wrong.
Hey, it's fine. We got Game Set Matt in the chat. Domino's, dude. You're sick in that. Where do you go? Papa John's? Are you one of those suck-ups? Is that what this is? Are you a pizza suck-up? What is this?
I've been to Papa John's house, I'll have you know.
Legit.
You're legit. I went to Kentucky when I was 22. I've been to Papa John's house.
Really? Did he invite you inside with Bo?
No, he actually had his gates locked and I stood outside.
You're like, give me pizza. And Wiggle Waff with the 5 gift subs. Thank you so much, man, for being an absolute killer.
The best pizza is as much meat as you can get. So you're saying the best pizza is just meat? Why not just eat meat?
Fair enough.
Oh.
So, game state now. We already see Gogeta Xeno side. You know, we got a Mira Unison there. We got the Trunks, the good old SR, recur that drop area. We got some scary stuff out. And on the Goten side, we have a red-yellow charged. So, I don't know how long Goten's
exactly
going to
what
hang
I
on.
was saying.
Yeah.
Like, the Gogeta Xeno play, like, I've been in this situation where you lose the first game and you think, I need a quick win. I need to just... Basically, it's the card game equivalent of just repeatedly slamming your opponent's face into the floor. It's like, I just want to get the game over with, I just want to do stuff, and I just want to win really quickly.
No, it's true. And before this, Keith was telling us that he needs to go to an Ice Cube concert. So he said he's got to get this done quick and fast. So we got to see what happens here. I'm predicting another quick game.
My brain went Vanilla Ice.
Your brain went to Vanilla Ice?
He's going to go to a Vanilla Ice concert. Got it.
Ice Cube, Vanilla Ice. Same dude, really.
Oh, banana and egg on pizza is fantastic. You know what? If I'm having shepherd's pie on my pizza, you can have banana and egg. That's absolutely fine, Jamie. Okay, right. Let's get back on. Get back on what's actually going on. The Gogeta Xeno player. We've got the Trunks Xeno down. We've got the Mira Unison down. Oh, this Mira Unison. It looks so fake. It always looks so fake.
It reminds me, like, do you remember the first print of Veku for the Gogeta BR deck where they were like wallpaper cards? Like they look like just like off wallpapers on like your iPhone. It was that Whis, the Broly, like the 9-drop Broly. And it was yeah. They just look so off.
The movie promo pack.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, it's going in the art style of the movie. It's just like, but it's not. They're like,
Don't quite look right. Yeah. It always reminds me of when you get a lot of it in like European countries, like not non-UK European countries, where you'd go and you'd be like, oh my god, they've got an Exodia Yu-Gi-Oh card, and it just looked so horribly foiled.
Yeah, Dragon Ball has had its fair share of bad foiling as well too. With Wigwaff in the chat, those expansion boxes where Mirror Unison came from were the worst foiling. I think that's the one with like where the Garlic Jr. one and the Ginyu Showstoppers came from. Correct me if I'm wrong, but those are the worst foilings. They don't look like foil cards at all. They just look like Polaroid camera like gloss. Like that's all.
Yeah, that's a really good way of describing it.
You shove the card in a Polaroid camera, like, yeah, there we go.
So I think the as memey as Goten is here, we don't have enough. It's not going to have enough time to do what it wants to do. It's got a lot of pieces that it needs to see, and it just doesn't. I think because of the way that the Gogeta player is just gonna bam 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 die. Like he's on 6 versus 4. Is the Gogeta player awakened? I can't tell because it's a custom leader. I think he is.
He's not awakened yet. The Gogeta is, because I think he can only awaken at 4 or less. So he's still sitting on 6. The Goten player opted to play his Unison so he could get the early awaken. I think even if he's at 4 life, he can awaken anyway, but he needs a specified cost 3 Unison, and that one comes out for 2, even though it's specified cost 3. That's why it's not such a great Unison, but he does not have the time to be playing. If you had to wait to play Jiren or something, it was already over.
Yeah, totally agree. And like the problem I think he's got as well is looking at his list. The top end of the deck is the GT Saiyan Trio, the Android 13 Saiyan Trio, and Pan, I guess. Which will be good if he can get to turn 3, but I don't think he's going to see a turn 3, unfortunately for him. Yeah. Which does mean that we get to see this third deck potentially. The Gogeta Xeno deck is pretty much by the numbers, with the exception of obviously Thwarting is at 1. We've got the Mirror Unison in there, we've got 1 Champion, we've got a Cracking Space Time, which I always feel is an underrated card. 1 energy, 15k, and double strike for a Black Saiyan leader is really, really cool.
Even early on, just getting 1 Kraken space time on someone when they're not expecting, you're like, okay, yeah, I'll go from 5 to 4. Like it's like, no, you're gonna go from 5 to 3, or you're gonna combo that whole hand.
When they don't expect it, it's really, really powerful, and that's what I think it's best used for. It's better than a Champa because a Champa is a lot more like expected, and Champa you kind of save for later anyway. And I know it's the same idea, but I find like people are a lot more willing to like negate they're a lot less willing to negate a leader swing because they just don't expect something like a Cracking Space Time. And a 25k swing when you unawakened, going from 5 to 3 as you said, is surprisingly powerful.
Oh yeah, it's definitely, which I think Sai did the right thing here, where he just swung onto the Unison instead of letting Keith drop down to 5 and then being able to take his own life and awaken. So it might slow him down a little bit, but it's still a scary position to be in, and we're now taking down 3 life here with the second testing the opposition. The one was from the turn prior, but still, he's got a blocker here, but Black's got a lot of things that can just warp cards, so I don't know if that blocker is going to be sticking around.
It's going to be interesting to see just how much damage the Gogeta Xeno player can push through. If he can push through like an unawakened hill is crazy for... It's like it's more than just like a win. Like it makes you feel a bit better. If you've lost the first game and you come back and you win that second game and you win the second game unawakened, you're like, it makes you feel vindicated, I find, because I've been on the back foot before, and winning that second game is like, especially when you're in that position, it's just like, yeah, okay, cool.
Gets you fired up. But it looks like we had the King Vegeta's imposing presence here. That'll slow down the turn quite a bit. I think he... I guess you save the blocker for the next attack, but I don't think keeping that blocker in act yet. There we... Like, literally took the words right out of my mouth. That you're not going to be able to block.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's the warp, mate, not to drop. Oh, that is his warp. Okay.
I was going to say it's a token anyway, so it would have been just removed from the game.
Yeah. Oh. It's that now we're getting as the Goten player here, you start to really feel the pressure. The Gogeta Xeno player has set up big board. You're all tapped out. You're in a red deck, so you're not going to get that awaken anymore. You can super.
Oh, he gets both effects there. Look at that.
Excellent.
But it's also a dead card in hand for right now.
So we are. I mean, I can't even think of a card that would save him in this scenario. Looking at his deck list, there's
I don't know what he's doing after this. That's the problem we got here. Like, he can survive this turn. He's got a King Vegeta's opposing presence that's giving him a little breathing room, and he knocked the mirror down, so we're not going to see a -2 here. We're doing the +1 to fix. He's going to be fixing his warp here.
But I mean, props to Sai here. He's really drawing the game out, and I think the longer that the game goes on, the more chance he has to stabilize. It could swing the other way, but there's the new anniversary box card. Mass Saiyan Belligerent Warrior, deflect, crit, warp 2 cards, warp 2 battle cards, like mega powerful.
Oh yeah, it's definitely up there for being for anniversary box support. It's up there with one of the best cards, like generic cards that we got.
Yeah, definitely. It's just so if you move a card from drop to warp, it becomes a 1 cost 20k deflect crit that warps 2 battle cards. You get rid of token negates, you get rid of blockers, you get rid of like all sorts of annoying things, and then they come back into play without getting like on play effects. It's just really cool. And it slots into any deck that's black.
Oh yeah.
Or that runs Overrealm.
Yeah, and here we see the good old quote
Everyone's
unquote
favorite
secret
card.
rare. We got the one of in the deck, and he's going swinging in here, going for the unison. Okay, I'm actually surprised on that. I'm surprised he didn't try to get a combo card of his hand. He knows he has one card in his hand that he can't combo, being that Whis. I would have just went to face there, being at 3 life. Might as well, but it looks like Christian is Christian's in the chat. How's it going? Thank you again for the overlays for everyone that isn't
when you
already
remove
in the
the
Facebook
trunks from
chat.
the battle
Go
area,
join the Dragon Ball Super Card
so you
Game
can't combo with
Canada
that card.
Facebook group. This man over here did all those graphics, and they look amazing as usual. But glad to see you came out to witness. We got probably a game 3 we're seeing here. I don't know how Goten's gonna get out of the hole. The GT trio is what? You can put it under Unison for free, right?
Yeah, so you can activate main if you've got 4 energy, that's the thing.
4 energy, that's the problem. Okay, I knew there was some
The
stipulation.
viewers haven't said anything. They did not
You can
know
put it
that.
under for free, but then you have to have 4 energy to play it, which is where we're going to run into a problem. I think it's just too much of a mountain to climb for the Goten player here. Like, Goten is not the strongest deck anyway.
He wasn't even when it came out. Everyone just like, nope. Let's forget about this deck.
You're cute. Yep, bye.
Yeah.
It's going to play U7.
Yeah, I don't even think there was any cards from that deck that carried over. Because sometimes there'll be like this latest set with the trio. I haven't really seen anybody playing the Super Saiyan trio, but there are the SRs from that people have been adding to other red decks, splashing it in. I've seen it even in Sin Shenron being splashed in, people bouncing out stuff, and they seem like pretty decent cards. Just the leader and the archetype's just like, whatever.
Yeah. That's the thing with a lot of it. That card felt to me like it was almost like a yellow card because it was generically good and you could just put it in every red deck. It's like every Sin Oh, that's every Sin. Every red deck with a Z leader just running that 8-drop Sin Shenron because it's just really powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It's just generic.
That's
good
the
stuff.
first time I saw Vegito being like played with that. I'm just like, what the hell? And then I realized, like, oh, you just need a red Z leader. That's snap. This card is so good. Like, if you're running red and you got a Z leader, why not? Like, why not? Oh, see what I was talking about. There's a like right there trio. I think that one is the SR. And it just goes over, I believe it's just Red Saiyan is all it needs to be, or just...
Yeah.
And now even if he had a power boost underneath, then it would transfer over, but that's where you can get the shenanigans, and I think that card's super fun.
I really like this card. When it swings, neg 30k, comes down for 1. Doesn't have any protection, but it's also a 1 cost, so it's not really too big of a deal. I've experimented with putting this in like King Vegeta or like trying to make the deck work itself, and it's just not quite enough.
Yeah.
But it's like the card itself is perfectly fine, and if they ever bring out anything that evolves onto Son Goku or Vegeta or Trunks future that's red, like this card is going to be prime target.
No, I think that deck that card's got a lot of potential. I've seen it in a couple of decks. One actually, funny enough, being the red Vegeta starter deck, actually being used with that and the Goku X Evolve. I believe it's an uncommon where it just goes on a Goku and people can cycle that with sorry, not cycle, play it on top of the SR 1-drop red Goku. I think it's Legend Personified.
Yeah.
The one where if you have 3 or more, your opponent has 3 or more energy, it gets plus 21k.
Oh, so if you got your Bond 3, yeah.
Yeah, Bond 3 gets plus 21k, and then it's an activate main, so it keeps that power after anyway, and then you play that card on top of it, and you're just like, oh, here's 21k on top of a 19k.
Fantastic.
Got a 40k here, go nuts.
It's gonna hit you in the face, lol.
Yeah.
Why are we playing this Mirror? Mirror, so it's just cycling.
You can get your stuff that you want in the warp, and then you just have a lethal unison as well too, because you just drop them down, and then you basically have the Mira creator absorbed on the field, a mini version of him.
Okay, so the Pan player this turn has managed to get down
Man,
a
we're going
Unison,
nuts.
Triple Saiyan, that 3-drop Goku that I can't remember the name of, 1-hit wonder,
Yep.
and the 1 copy of Facing the Android Terror, which means that we now have potentially, with 4 battle cards in play on both combined, Pan's going to come down for free. The only thing I'm wary of is Pan doesn't stop the first swing. I don't think it just stops him from attacking for the turn.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We can then remove it from play and steal something, which is pretty cool. But if... Oh, you see, I'm not sure how I feel about that, because now your Pan costs 2, and you don't have any energy to play one with. We're on 3 life. As the...
And that Trunks gets actually removed from the game, correct? Instead of
Yes,
drop
it should be
area?
removed from the game, yeah. That... The Gogeta Xeno player now just has to swing for the fences. Like, your opponent's tapped out again. You're on 3... You're going into 4 energy turn here. You have a lot of gas. Like, the deck is all 3 Overwhelms or, 6-drop Gogetas, Xenos, and then you've got more Masked Saiyans. You've got another Trunks. If you can get another Trunks out, that would be mega. He's going up to 4 in hand. I know he's got a pretty small hand size, but Gogeta Xeno can just spam card.
Yeah.
So I think it depends on what he charges here will tell us an awful lot. So he's played that Supreme Kai. I wonder why he's not playing the other Unison. Is it Pycon Unison?
Icon is the main unison that came out with that deck where it could boost 1-drops. Seemed like after people started moving more towards Mira, just to have something lethal on the board, because people started to stray away from the 1-drop build, and then the Pycon doesn't become as useful. But if you're running the 1-drops, I think that Pycon is super good. You have like 30k 1-drops on the field if you're boosting from like everything, and I don't know.
Yeah, I've always found it never felt good to just get rid of a 1-drop because you spend loads of resources getting it down to really, really low. Sorry, getting rid of the thing, and then it's like, okay, I'm just gonna tap one and play another one. Oh. Hello, Judge. Yeah, it should be removed from the game. I don't.
Yeah.
Has he, with the trunks removed from the game, has he
I
had
think
enough
it's in
time
his
in the
warp
drop
right
to
now.
play? Yeah, it should be removed. I don't know if he's had enough to play trunks. That's the only thing. The 3-drop.
Hey, Taquito, just make sure that the trunks that you put in the drop isn't in the drop.
Or the warp. It should be in the warp right now. The one that got KO'd. There you go.
And if you overwhelm to play something,
Yeah, it should.
Oh. Controversy. The controversy. He has more than 3 cards. Trunks is only 3 cards.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, that's right.
Sure. Thanks, Iratorum. Thanks for keeping us right there.
Yeah, I was sending a message to the judge because I know he probably couldn't hear us because we're babbling along. But yeah, that's the one weakness about that card, which I think is fair. It's a super strong card once you get it out. I know it doesn't have barrier, but coming down with deflect, being a dual attack was what 25k. It's a strong card.
19,
Oh,
but
19,
it does get
sorry.
to refill you. Sorry, it's 20, but you do
20.
get to refill your drop again, which is massive. Plays itself from warps. You can overwhelm it. So you can overwhelm something else. Tap 2, play the trunks, refill your warp. Sorry, refill the drop, and then next turn you've got fuel for overwhelm.
Mm-hmm.
Big O, us judges got to stick together for bussin'.
No,
Oh.
that's hip.
Right. One thing I do find quite funny, and this is no slight to the players because I do it myself. Whenever you're building a deck on Deck Planet, there are so many people who put in cards like the collector's selection versions of cards, and you just don't own it.
You know what's funny? I will sometimes do that with SPRs. I haven't done that with the collector edition, but it's just like if I have one of the SPR, I pulled one SPR, but the other 3 are SRs. I'm like, they're all SPRs. Let's be real here. Let's be real. Let's just put all 4 as SPRs. There we go.
I've seen some pictures where people have taken like deck list screenshots, or they've like taken a physical picture of the deck list,
And
and
Christian,
they
thank
put
you
this
so much
SPR at the
for
back.
joining the
And I'm like,
Timbits
why?
gang.
Why do you not want to show off this card?
Yeah.
I've got one of these. Yeah, I'm just gonna hide it. Just gonna slot it away. Sometimes I'm just too lazy to look for the lower rarity. Do you know what? I understand. I respect it. I just find it quite amusing because you have a deck on a site that's full max rarity, and then you pull the deck out and you just look at yours and you look at the screen version and you go, oh, I will never achieve you.
Yeah. And it looks like here's that crack in space time.
There it is. Massive, massive. Nobody expects it. He's going for game with it as well.
Yep. This is getting scary.
yes, you can. You combo them, man. You just can't combo that area.
I think we might see a game here. That is a lot of combo power. It is a
It's
lot.
absolutely insane.
How many cards in hand, Taquito? Just
I think
you with
0.
your one.
Big
So
fat
could you
zeros.
make up that
15,
combo, 'cause that last
30,
card that you comboed
40,
should have been a plus 10,
50,
right?
60,
Yeah,
70. I
five
think that's
cards in hand.
75 double for game.
Mm-hmm.
Is that it? The hands down.
Do we see a
Squeaky.
game 3?
Oh my god.
Squeaky.
Oh, his hand was covering his deck. I thought he had one in deck.
Oh. Okay, let's see.
Where's Beerus?
Beerus, top card. Red.
Red.
Okay, we get the 10k. Let's see.
That's it.
I
That's
think
game.
that's
Didn't have
game.
enough. Like, with Trunks gone, I think Charismatic Villain is one of the stronger counterplays that we've got.
Oh,
You've got
of course.
Kaioken Son Goku, you've got Zamasu, you've got, like you said, the SGR. Like, there's loads of powerful cards, but they just don't... There's not a deck that fits them all together yet.
Dat boy, thank you so much for joining the Timbits gang. But yeah, that's the thing with green. It's just there's a lot of cards that are good in a vacuum. Like Zamasu, that's one card that I always love putting in decks, but now, like, just the way how heavy red still is. I know blue with crimson and all that, blah blah.
Yeah.
But green usually doesn't really have too much of a problem with blue, especially even if it's built aggro or hand control. Both those things hurt blue. But that's where Zamasu's like, oh yeah, it shines here. The problem is against red. Zamasu's only 20k. Minusing 20k in red now is easy. Like it does not. Indestructible does not matter. And now that we're getting blue having stuff that ignoring barrier, ignoring indestructible, it's just like, oh, okay.
Oh my god. Hoffman, you're absolutely right. Oh, that's grim.
Yeah.
First crit was a shot. Oh, we don't get to see the big wombo combo. It stings. It stings.
Yeah,
What's so funny about Green Majin Buu? Well, you know, the deck itself is not funny, but sometimes you're in a situation where you just don't get to play the game for like 2 whole turns, and then you just get you get irate, you just get really angry, and nobody likes to see that. So we just need to move on from it, okay? So, just to go back to what's actually happening in the game. Goten, this 2-drop Goten, it should be Goaten, right? Because this card in the first European regionals way back in 2000, I think, like one of the best players I've ever seen, Aaron Copping, brought this to not this specific deck. He brought the yellow Broly to the regionals, and he had 4 Goten, 4 Bardock Progenitors, 4 of the Great Ape that like combos and stuff. And he went like, I think he went like 9-0 in Swiss, and he absolutely blasted through. Every single person in Top Cut, apart from I think one person he beat, like in Swiss, and the one person he didn't beat was playing a deck that like countered his, so he ended up not topping. But I think he finished 5th or 6th or something overall. But this Goten was just amazing. Looking at top 3, not having to reveal a card, and then just play, and then just, you know, continuously cycling through your deck is massive. No, I absolutely love this card.
Yeah, that was the first like big regional I went down into in Toronto, and it was as soon as these Goten cards were legal, and just seeing like I know people complain about the meta, and you see Crimson, you see Gogeta, used to be Sin. Sin is starting to trickle off from how much you see now without that crit guy. But that was legitimately a regional where 60 to 70% of the decks were blue, yellow Hurugard. That is it. That is all there was. There was a couple of SS3s, and there was
just
a couple
reminder to both of you, just make sure you keep your cards
in
the view of the webcam.
And
the blue-red Hurugard Storm was really, really powerful, but like it ran out of gas.
Yeah, it ran out of gas, but turn 1, you could potentially kill your opponent. That's if you had unyielding Trunks, and you had just a Bardock and a Goten, you pretty much could draw 15 cards. Like you would just like, oh, cycle here, take a life. Okay, we're going swing 10, swing another 10. Okay, go back, cycle. Like a single Sensu Bean would save you, but if you didn't start off your turn with just having 1 blue energy open and a Sensu Bean in hand, you're just like, okay, I either have 0 cards in hand or I'll lose. Like that's bang, 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 bang.
We had a really similar situation where I think it was like round 5 or something. I was like mid 40s, mid 50s tables of like whatever, like middle of the pack. Sit down, put down yellow Broly. My opponent laughs, also puts down yellow Broly. We're like, ah. I look to my right, the players put down yellow Broly with starting a Spider-Man meme. Player to his right also puts down yellow Broly. Player opposite him also puts down yellow Broly. And then this other player puts down Dr. Mew. And we would... we just all kind of looked at each other and looked at him, and he was like, I'm not going to have fun here, am I?
No.
I'm mid-40s. What about? Big O, where have you got this from? I know I sound really old and wise, but I'm just wise, okay? Just back off, yeah? Is it difficult being like 16 in a room full of 20-year-olds?
The slander, it's coming in here.
I'm taking no prisoners today, I'm telling you. Right. SS3 Goku, even further beyond. New Battle Evolution card. We've got 3 of them in the deck.
As you say,
comes down for 1 energy.
Yeah.
Can bounce. Is it? It can bounce a 2-drop to hand. 1 card, up to 1 card from life to hand. It's got barrier. Spot 5 lets you go into the starter deck. Reborn Might SS4, or Ultimate Form, which can kind of keep your chain going. I know that there's a new. Is that Battle Evolution as well? Yep, Kaioken Son Goku a Heavy Toll, which lets you swap into an 8-drop when you've got 4 energy. So it looks like because we've crit the SCR, we're going to have to look for. Do we have the other 8-drop? Yep, got Height of Mastery there.
Of course,
Height of Mastery is insane against these decks. Okay, Freezer's come down. We've got rid of the Goten. The card draw engine's been slowed down. That's great. We've got the Babidi Unison on 3 markers. We can then... I think the 5-drop coming down on this turn's really, really important because we've got Zamasu potentially in hand, and once we start chipping away, we can get rid of all of the threats that this Son Goku Jr.'s got. Oh. You're only 16. Have you tried being older, or is it just a skill gap? I'm 19. They're exaggerating a little. You're not 19 forever, mate. It's okay. Like, you'll eventually get to a point where you don't get ID'd in shops.
It's true.
Right. The reason that I think Zamasu here is really important is the Unison can be swung into, so you're not giving them a card back for life, and you're also getting that card from hand. I think he's got 3 in hand.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what does the Goku Junior player do here to kind of reset their board state?
They just gotta pray that they got something in hand to draw.
True.
Having to charge the power of Super Saiyan so early also sucks, but it just shows that he probably does not have many options in his hand.
I would like to think that he's maybe saving a cooler counter.
Probably. That'd be good.
We're only running 2 Krillin super combos. I think, yeah, because we're running Pan as well. Interesting. 4-drop. The problem I have with this deck, and this is a personal thing, is I struggle to remember what swaps into what.
Yeah,
so I'm looking at all of the.
Just
I'm looking at like all of the cards. I'm like, right, this is a 4-drop. What plays the 4-drop? And I go back through and I'm like, okay, this is a 3-drop. What plays the 3-drop? Okay, we're gonna go over
a 2-drop.
Yeah, exactly. It's too much sequencing for me. Like for me personally.
We'll stick to the red Broly, huh?
SS3 into Pan. Which SS3 Goku? I'm really confused. There's so many SS3 Gokus. There's at least one SS3 Goku, and that's too many.
The SS3, the one he has charged there.
4-drop. Does that play Pan?
Yep. I'm pretty sure that plays that 5-drop Pan.
Pan's a 4-drop.
Or, sorry, 4-drop Pan. Then
It doesn't go in further.
they work together. They go nuts.
Plays a 4-drop. Swap 5. I don't get it. Here we are. I'm really confused. I need an adult.
Okay, the Pan is a 5. I was right. I don't know if he has it in the list, but
Plucky Dynasty Pan. Plucky Dynasty Pan.
that sounds. Is that the super combo or is that the SR?
Yeah, the super combo.
Okay,
I've got the
no.
deck list. Yeah, you have the deck in front of me. I have the deck list in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm not on about the SR from Battle.
Yeah.
I'm not on about the SR from Battle Evolution. Ah! That 5-drop, I know which Pan you're on about. The 5-drop is not in the deck list. It's a
There we
4-drop.
go.
Also, Barry, I'm just going to point out, like, I do have the best beard in Dragon Ball. Like, it's not even in competition. You're all fighting for 2nd place. Yeah, like I've got somebody at my locals who does play swap on occasion, like Lineage, and I know which one you're on about. I think does the 5-drop play 2 and like negate the skills or something? Or it plays two 5-drops from deck or something. It's really, really powerful, but if we're not playing it, there's the Plucky Dynasty Pan. I don't. Why? I'm trying to think. Why would you run that? There's no way for him to swap into it. He's gonna have to tap 4 to play it. I suppose he could bounce it back, but then it's a bit niche. Like tapping 4 energy to play Pan would not feel good. 1 from hand, 1 from deck with keyword skills negated for the turn. Okay, yeah, cool.
Oh, we got the EDK there.
Ah, that's a lot of cards in hand.
Yeah, he grew that hand quick.
Yeah.
What's that? That's the
5-drop.
starter deck, yeah.
Yeah. triple striker when you have 2 or less life. Oh, right, of course, it's searchable. Thank you, thank you. You need a picture of my beard. There's plenty of pictures. There is a picture of me on nearly every TDP video at the start where I go, "Hey guys, Turn to Stone here."
There's the promo you're in there. I would agree. You got a fierce beard.
I'm a man with very little. What I do have, I have an abundance, and I have a beard in abundance. There's the Goten. I tell you what, there was like 4 different versions of this Goten printed, wasn't there? There was the promo version originally, then there was the foil version from the event pack, and then there was this really nice Battle Evolution version. The Battle Evolution foiling on that card specifically is gorgeous.
I think that's the one right there that you're talking about. It's the full art.
See his little legs when he's gonna run.
Yeah.
Where's he going? He's Naruto running somewhere.
He's gonna go become Hokage. And he's going straight to hell. That's where he's going. That charismatic and gone.
Running at Fraser, Fraser's flicking him and going, not a chance. Not a chance, buddy. You need to chill down. Chill out.
Rosas, when's the Malaysian prison cell tour? I don't know. I don't know if I could get another camera in here. The last one was snapped in half, you see, with the red color quality. And I don't know if I can find another one. I'll be searching.
What you can't hear in the background, but I heard it before we started, is there's a little hamster running on a wheel to power that Wi-Fi.
There you go, yes. I actually have pedals under the desk for that.
Oh, I love the image. I love the image. Right, have we seen a successor of Hope? Because I feel like...
We saw, I believe he used one early on.
Yeah, not seeing more than one is not necessarily the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
Like, you open with 2 of them, you're just like, I'm just going to pull all my pieces, I'm going to pull all my chain out from my deck and just see what I've got. Oh, I've not got my secret rare. Lol, better not crit a life then. Remember as well that this is turn 3, and the Goku Junior player is on... Is that 3 life or 2? It's 4 life. Like 4 life.
It's 4.
The Majin Buu player is also on 4 life, but the Majin Buu player's board is absolutely, like, wide as hell.
No, I think he's on 5. That's 5 there. He's got a dice on top, a die on top, and then he's got 4 on top.
You're absolutely right.
It's the monocolored sleeves. They're...
There's a Deity's Wrath.
Yep.
Not limit 1. We can now go absolutely buck wild on that Unison.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if he did this on purpose, but if he let that Unison go back up to 3 markers, that is genius.
Mm-hmm.
That's some next level thinking. Oh, he's looking at leader. Okay. Must be seeing if he can get a game out here.
I think so. This could be an awaken right here.
Developing a bigger hand.
Yeah.
Not sure how I feel about the Goku Junior player being able to get a bit of a bigger hand now. I think when he was on 2 might have been the time to really chip away at his hand. He's got the option to go for like 10 times Kamehameha, which gives it 15k and double strike. The double strike's not relevant, but the 15k might be.
Down to 2 life. 2 life to 4 life. Let's see.
Going in with the 4-drop here. Which 4-drop is it? Best version. Where are we going? There we go. So it doesn't have double strike, but it does kind of potentially pull a card out of hand, which in a green matchup is huge.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going for here? Just ranged himself.
We're gonna do some spirit boost stuff here. What's going on?
Gonna steal some units. Gonna steal some cards. He's taking the
Does that Gohan have barrier?
Grandpa? Yeah, Dr. Father-son Gohan.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I think that's one of the cards in the deck that doesn't have barrier, but a lot of the smaller chain does.
I think they've done quite well with just giving all of the pieces that need barrier, but then the ones that don't, like the 5-drop and Height of Mastery and the other 5-drop and the other 5 drop. None
And,
of them have barrier, which is nice because you can do like the early game stuff nice and safely, and then you have the option like, do I want to risk it here? Do I want to hold off? There's the secret, Rare. Thank you for your unison.
yeah.
That's got double strike. 40k
Yeah.
double swinging in here is going to be mega.
Yep. Looks like
Do we
that's-
have a negate? 2 freezes armies, reinforcements.
He's got one
We've
energy.
seen power of a Super Saiyan in energy.
We could get a if he's running Final Flash. That'd be a funny one.
Unfortunately, he's not. Very on theme here, I feel.
And he's got the Kaioken out there too. He's all tapped out. Oh.
Got an ad on your.
No, I'm looking because he was gonna play it and then it didn't go. So I'm like, what's going on here? Okay, now it's being played. That's why I was confused there. It's like, what's going on?
I heard some noise and I was like, where's this coming from? How could this possibly happen?
No, I froze because I'm just like, wait, so is he not playing it? Was he grabbing it from somewhere? What's going on? There's that. Honestly, out of all the TP winner arts that have ever been printed, that might be my favorite. That card, just the fire and from the Kaioken, it's just like immaculate.
Totally agree. It's just got a really nice like shine to it, hasn't it? It works. It's so different from the rest of the Dragon Ball cards. It's sort of yellow with like the Super Saiyans and stuff, and a lot of blue. You don't really see Kaioken that often, or like a red color. Damn, he's really going for this swing.
Yep.
Here we go. Can we see a miracle?
Okay.
Oh,
Maybe. He's got one energy also, so he does have the potential just to get another 10k from that.
Yeah. No, I think this is it. Is this it?
Let's see.
35. I don't know what we're playing against. 45, 55, 65. That's 50. No, that's 40, sorry.
40.
40.
And
Oh,
that's game.
That's game.
That is
Damn.
game. Wow. Wow. I believe that's Taquito's first ever win at Fight Night. Good old Keith here.
Feels great, man. Yeah. I don't know if anybody noticed. I was speed playing a lot.
That's good. We got to see all 3 matches go nuts. How did that feel with the luck of Raditz into a black deck? Round 1, I was just like, I saw the 2 lists. I'm like, come on, like it couldn't have been any
It's funny.
other one.
I originally wanted to play Raditz last. Then my buddy convinced me to play it first because he said if someone sees a Raditz in your thing, they're going to save their black deck. There's no way you're playing a black deck first, he says.
Yep.
Then
And right off the bat, yeah, he's just like, I know he just wants to get the anniversary support out, show that double strike leader, and it's just like, yeah, well, we get green Raditz versus just any black deck.
Yeah. No, yeah. Black deck's almost an auto loss for Raditz. Almost.
No, it's definitely an uphill battle. But seems like you took it back with the Gogeta and the Majin Buu. But
Yeah, Goku's. Gogeta Xeno's back, man.
oh yeah, it's still strong. I'll give it that. It's still strong. I know Black's not in a great place, but it's still up there for being a super strong deck. Johnny, was there anything you wanted to add in?
No, I just wanted to say that obviously played really well there. We were saying that second game, when you go 1-0 down, you obviously have to go for an aggro deck, and I described your playstyle as repeatedly slamming your opponent's face into the floor.
That's what I do, man. Non-stop swings. Right to the face.
Yeah. So just obviously before we let you go, anybody you want to shout out? Any mentions?
No, shout out to Sai. He was a good opponent. I think I got lucky because I drew into that crack in space-time in the second game. And shout out to the Biz Fighters, Game Set Matt, Levi, Swamp Man, and of course Kaioken Kards. You're the best streamer out there.